Greetings and welcome back to season 2 of the Ed and Xavi Show podcast experience. This episode is sponsored by Honey, MeUndies, and Squarespace. More on that later. I guess to start off the podcast, we might as well talk about season 1 of the Ed and Xavi Show. Isn't that right, Ed?
That is right. Yeah, we probably should. I mean, you're probably wondering, where is season 1?
Yeah, unfortunately,
Yeah.
one very disturbed individual who enjoys torturing and killing rats, he decided to put some copyright claims on our channel, and so all that content is no more.
And
However,
our genius producer didn't save any of it.
shut up.
Not that posting it again would be relevant.
Yeah, I mean, all we're missing out on is showing a video of Sean Woods massacring Yellow Jackets by the thousand.
And deriving sexual pleasure from feeling them and touching them.
Well, I guess we might as well jump right into the man, the myth, the legend, Sean Woods, with our Sean Woods shenanigan hour.
We should. It won't be an hour.
So
but...
this video was posted on August 5th of this year, and I'm just gonna play the clip because it's pretty great. That's how he starts off the video. Just cold open. I really respect him for the title, Catching Delicious Swamp Rats.
I have a question.
I think
first.
it really...
What the hell is a swamp rat? That looks like a...
I'd figure it's the thing that he's holding.
Oh, right. No, but seriously, what... I mean... I have
I
never
don't know.
seen that thing before, or heard of anything like that.
All I know is that he starts the video with a plate of food, and presumably that's the swamp rat on his fork.
Oh, did he catch that rice, too? And torture it?
Shut the fuck up. Yes, he also has chickens that he tortures, I guess. I don't know. Basically, the whole video is him catching the rat, and then, okay, that's the rat.
Wow.
And he cooks it and eats it, and has his child eat it.
He does like a food review. He's transitioned into a food review. I mean, really, he's building an empire, really, around the whole Mousetrap Monday idea.
Yeah, and honestly, Sean Woods, if you're watching this, suck a fat cock. This is fair use, I believe. We showed probably like 3 seconds of his video. I don't know. I just think he's deranged. Like, just the title itself, Catching Delicious Swamp Rats.
I just don't. He does the Mousetrap Monday, but he posts like 4 days a week.
Mousetrap weekday.
Well, it's like if you if you try to brand his channel on any other thing he does, you wouldn't be able to sell it. Like, what are you gonna have? Like the
Hornet killing
the inside of a swamp rat on a T-shirt.
I want that now. I just want to take that frame from the video and post it on a T-shirt.
And then like put under it in cursive, delicious.
Yeah, I don't know who he's really marketing to. He has 1.2 million subscribers. When we first covered him, he had 800,000 subscribers. So I can't believe that he used our platform, our very popular platform,
Yeah.
to gain so much clout, and then just
we're probably
copyright striked us into oblivion.
we probably provide most of his views for him.
Honestly,
People-
yeah. I mean, I've created 1.2 million dummy accounts to get him to where he is now, and he just copyright strikes us. Like, it's ridiculous.
I mean,
I don't know. I just do what you want, man. But like, don't
Think of
get
how-
your kids into this.
think of
What the
how
fuck?
incredible it is to have 1.2 million subscribers, but think of how even more incredible it is for an account with 1.2 million subscribers to copyright strike you.
Yeah, I
I
don't
mean,
know.
we
If
captivated.
I
all
guess
of-
his choices were like 1.2 million subscribers or his dignity, and I mean we know what he chose, so yeah.
his dignity.
That-
I mean, how many animals do you think he's killed so far?
Well,
And
based
I'm not
on,
saying
I mean,
it's not okay to kill animals, but it's like, I guess at
I don't
least he
know,
eats
like
them. At least he
harmless
uses them.
little. That's true, but I doubt he eats those little mice that he tortured.
No, he feeds his children with that.
Ah, that's true, yeah. And he lets his kids tear open wasp nests with dead wasps and eat them whole. So,
God,
it,
what a lad.
this is just bringing back terrible memories
Of doing the first season of the podcast.
Yes, exactly, precisely, yeah. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, cool.
I don't understand. I mean, maybe I doubt he has like a big enough channel to where he has bots copywriting his content. So I'm fairly certain he's seen our content.
Well, his wife,
that just makes me even happier.
does the his wife does
The technology stuff.
yeah, the production.
Yeah. This one hell of a production.
One hell of a cold open.
I know. I just want to watch that again.
Bop. That stupid idiot swamp rat deserves to be eaten and held up like that. Do you think it's dead in that picture?
I don't know. That's actually a good question.
Maybe.
It looks like it's alive.
What experience do you have catching delicious swamp rats that you would know what it would look like if it was alive or dead?
I don't know. Its eyes look alive somewhat.
Yeah, well, Sean Woods doesn't.
I've seen enough of Sean Wood's videos to know what a dead rodent looks like.
Well, you know how much he loves touching dead animals.
Yeah.
So.
Oh god. I'm thinking about him just like shoveling dead yellow jackets with his hands.
Hundreds. Thousands.
I mean, actually, if we can
I receive a
keep
lot of
that
questions.
video super quick. Shut the fuck up, Sean Woods. We can look at this one. What a legend. He makes a trap. And then
here's the
This just reminds me of the Gili Bili Pete Rat Gumai Kandai video, where
How
he's just
so?
like,
he
I don't know, the white
he,
background, like the sterile environment,
it's really, really odd.
dissection. Oh my
At
god.
least
Sean
this doesn't
Woods.
look sterile.
He's counting them. Look.
Well, that's what the video's about.
Oh my god. It is. That's so sad.
You know, I worked as a lifeguard at a pool, and we had outside, and they had a big like slides outside. And one summer we had a huge like wasp problem, and so for like a whole month we had to close the slides because they made their nests all over inside there. And you know, I didn't really make videos about it and like derive sexual pleasure from touching them and get 1.2 million subscribers doing so. But
so what you're telling me is you were one camera roll away from being Sean Woods.
yes.
Epic. That's a missed opportunity, man.
Yeah.
You could have had 4 beautiful children that you feed yellow jackets to. Well, how many did he catch?
Oh, he's reading comments.
Wait, hold up. Where's this? Yeah, okay. I like this frame.
Very well put together, if you think about it. I mean, look, he's looking at some JPEG of a mouse.
I just like this bit.
Ah!
What a fucking goober.
Honestly, he kind of reminds me of like everyone knows the one kid in kindergarten or elementary school that like likes
It's glue.
animals a little too much in when you play outside, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. He just seems like the kid that like boils ants with a magnifying glass.
And then eats it.
Oh, that's totally him.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, and it's cooked, so that's even like one step better than he is today.
He just picks a live yellow jacket out of the air and eats it.
Yeah, actually he's jumping because he found an opportunity for a little afternoon snacky snack.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Guess how many yellow jacket hornets the rescue trap caught in one day?
And that's a question, so there should be a question mark
He's-
after that.
He's so proud.
Mousetrap Monday, period.
That's pretty good.
That's not a complete sentence. Sean, Mr.
Yeah.
Woods, I apologize. This video almost has 1 million
Please
views.
do not take our videos down.
He will.
Well, yeah, people like to see this shit. I mean, as gross as it is, it's somewhat interesting to just see fucking mounds of dead yellow jackets,
Yeah, there's also kind of a like a shock factor to it. You see the almost clickbaity. Now I think he could make his channel even more clickbaity. I don't think he really goes for that much, but
Yeah.
you put on the thumbnail, you put like thousands of dead hornets or yellow jackets or whatever.
I mean, I've seen a lot of weird stuff on YouTube, but could you think of a weirder idea for a YouTube channel than this? Like, I legitimately can't find anything else. It's just so
Yeah.
absurd.
I mean, this podcast, is,
Oh, yeah.
or
yeah.
I should say the Ed and Xavi show in general. Maybe this is a good way to transition to kind of we can talk about how we're going to brand ourselves.
Yeah, so I guess we started as a podcast when we were in high school just because we wanted to be able to like talk about stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
And now, since we're both in college, we are doing the podcast, but we're planning on doing more like interactive stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like perhaps some Minecraft or GeoGuessr.
The stuff that's popular on YouTube, like maybe we'll go out and eat some live mice or
compare a $1 steak to a $1 million steak.
oh my god,
What if
our
we did
choice
that?
will blow your mind.
I don't know, those videos are never satisfying.
Oh,
they
God,
never
no,
really
right.
have a conclusive answer. It's like, well, they're both good for their value. Yeah, no fucking shit.
Yeah. Which is, yeah, and their commentary never has any really like meat to it. No pun intended.
Oh,
but...
oh, that was pretty good, bro. High five.
Okay.
I don't know. I think we have a better idea of how to structure the podcast as well too, because I think a lot of the podcast last time was just looking at a bunch of videos,
Mhm.
and I think it works better as, I mean, most podcasts are like, talking about stuff more than using media, but also we can make the Ed and Hobby show more of like a bit show where we always have our little Sean Wood segment. We always have our little Reddit review segment transition.
Yes. It's important
So
to have something to say. Right as I say that, this is what we move to.
So this is a subreddit we found. It's called Arab Funny, and I don't really want to play the audio. It does add so much though. I mean, it's just a bunch of like this shit post video of like just random shit on screen with That. Bio ringtone? I don't know. There's not much to review about this subreddit. It's just amazing. I mean, there's a transformer, I guess.
It is. I mean, seriously, there's no really way to describe it. And I feel stupid just laughing at it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess this isn't that. Yeah, there's not much to say. It's just.
I think a lot of the idea behind it comes from YouTube from.
Too. Sorry, go on.
A lot of it, I think the idea comes from YouTube from like at least 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Probably up to 2012 or 13. You really, in the early days of YouTube, you had all this. Yeah, and Facebook, I'd say.
I don't know. It's just like even videos now. If you look up a subject and sort by new, half the videos will be exactly like this. Where I mean, less exaggerated, but just like arrow bullshit.
Yeah,
it'll make no sense.
It's kind of it's almost like a compilation of just all the weird, stupid, kind of primitive, like just random stuff.
But then using memes of today too is what makes it really funny. Is that just like, this total mash of bullshit on screen that just doesn't make any sense, and all the music is always like super loud.
It destroys your eardrums.
Yeah, it's just laugh and crying emojis. That's basically the long and short of it.
Yeah. And I say primitive in like this, like channels on YouTube that aren't really actually channels. They're just like kind of like this show.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Do you think Reddit is gonna copy strike us?
No, they're just gonna be mad.
Like they always Saudi
are.
Government.
I don't know. Most subreddits just don't really make any sense. But they do have a common theme.
You know, under r/Arab funny, it says 394 enjoying funny dank irony.
Yeah, that's kind of the idea, I guess. Brun. Oh. Almost got me there.
r/Arab funny is a subreddit dedicated to surreal, ironic, impotent memes that are in Arabic and or Southern Asian languages. These memes can sometimes make no sense at all, giving them a quote-unquote what factor when you see them, making them humorous, period.
They just explained the joke.
Yeah, they literally just explained the joke.
I mean, as much as we were, they just blatantly did it.
Giving them a what factor, making them humorous. Oh, thank you.
I just don't know what else we could really say about this one.
I think it just kind of trying to analyze it on a deeper level is kind of arbitrary because it's not meant for that. It's literally meant to just be something to look at. And I guess they are right about the what factor. That's kind of what makes you laugh. And including other stuff other memes that are popular today.
Yeah. I mean, I think with this segment, it's mostly going to be stuff that's more like, I don't know, r/I'm very badass or r/choosing beggars, where it's something that we can really comment on.
Yeah.
This is just a way to kick it off and saying,
Yeah, I think we'll get into stuff that we can kind of include more, there's more, like the I am very badass. We can pick apart people and their comments on a deeper level. Here, it's I mean, this is probably the funniest thing on earth. I am laughing right now.
Laugh. Laugh at the podcast.
Honestly, it's really like an extreme version of some memes that you'll see on Instagram.
Yeah, I would agree with that actually.
It's like the what factor on steroids and cocaine
Yeah,
at the same time.
I enjoy the new era of like making fun of the whole reaction idea. It's
Yeah,
just so good.
yeah.
Like,
Um, I mean, even on this first one, you see, trolled. It's a lot of stuff that was, people would, I don't know, the 2012.
get troll Israel more like is fake. All right, so
Well, after your brain was destroyed and overwhelmed and honestly just molested by that subreddit, let's transition to the cool, tranquil seas of the Pacific Ocean and the Russian Federation in all of its glory.
yes, this is a overlap from our old show, a segment that we did call just bringing up a map crunch,
Mm-hmm.
and so we're just gonna bring a little bit of the world into the show every episode.
Yeah. I found this a while ago, just by accident, I guess. Or actually, I was listening to a song on YouTube that was by a Russian guy, and the thumbnail was a picture of that volcano. Um,
Hmm.
I honestly I don't know what the volcano's called, but so I looked on Google Maps, as you do, and I found this. It's in the middle of nowhere, of course, if you couldn't tell. So I thought it was interesting. There was some street views. Or
So you
360.
found this just based off of a thumbnail of a music video?
Yes.
That's actually somewhat impressive.
Thank you. Yeah, it's interesting. So if you look down there, those are bears. If you go back,
Sorry?
if you look down, those are bears. Zoom in on those little animals.
Excuse me?
Those are bears.
What the fuck? Wait, why?
Because bears exist.
Oh, I just realized this is an arrow view. I just thought they were very small bears.
Oh. Yeah, this is in the air.
Oh, that makes sense then. Why are there bears in the ocean?
They're not in the ocean, they're on the shore, you idiot.
Okay.
They're fishing.
That's
I'd
fine.
rather be fishing. Look, there's another.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, actually. I didn't
Yeah.
even notice that.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's awesome what drones can do. It's, as you mentioned it earlier when we first pulled it up, like, how is it so green?
Yeah.
And I have no idea. It rains a lot, I guess. I guess right on the water. So
You can't even find, like, you can't even move around. So
yeah,
it's
no.
like, this is just the one area you can see it.
Yeah.
That's so weird. There's just bears.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably the coolest one. I think this tops anything we've done in season
Oh,
one.
yeah. Most of the ones we did in season 1 was like, here's a mountain range.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess this is a mountain range too.
Yeah,
Like
but this one has a lot of factors that makes it really cool.
Yeah, it's also well put together. It's not like super choppy.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah, there were some weird ones
yeah.
in season 1. Well, speaking of from the air, we have a news story that Air New Zealand will now fly nonstop to Newark from Auckland.
Yes. This just in, breaking news. Everyone, stop what you're doing. Air New Zealand is going to start the new longest commercial flight in the world. Currently, the longest one is Newark, Singapore. So this will be interesting. A couple days ago, actually, earlier this week, they Qantas, which is an Australian airline, they flew to New York straight from I think Sydney
Hmm.
as like an experiment. It was like 19 hours, and they were experimenting like, okay, what are the psychological effects of a flight like that? Um, they use the same type of airplane and everything, and I guess the
Yeah.
findings were good enough for Air New Zealand to say, okay, guess we'll start the flight from, which is pretty much the same distance.
Wow, that's pretty epic.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why anyone would ever want to do that, but
Oh
19
no.
hours?
Yeah, I mean, what's the longest flight you've ever taken? Because I know you take a lot of flights, or you have in the past.
Um, probably Denver to Munich.
Hmm.
And that's, I mean, if you include like the time you're sitting on the plane, if you board early and then you get off the plane late, especially in Denver, it's you can like spend like several minutes just taxiing from the runway to the gate. Um,
Yeah, if not like half an hour.
yeah. I don't know. That I think in the air it's like 10 or 11 hours, and
Yeah.
then it couldn't be more. But then at least another hour you're sitting on the plane. Honestly, that's the worst part.
Yeah.
Especially bigger planes, it's like it takes a lot longer to board and then get off on
How did you
board.
find this article? You just
I
visit
just
this website frequently.
Yeah, I follow it on Facebook.
Nice.
I get like half my news from Facebook. On Facebook,
Oh,
not Facebook
okay,
itself.
boomer.
Yeah, I know. What would you, if you had to watch like movies throughout the entire flight, what would you watch?
Hmm. That's 19 hours?
Yeah.
I mean, I could probably like I would do the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy and still have 10 hours left of a flight. Yeah, I don't know.
I'd probably
That's a
fall
lot of
asleep
time.
like 20 minutes into that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's like just about a whole day.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's longer than you're usually awake for a day, you know.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
guess you could wake up at like 6 in the morning and go to sleep at midnight, and that's still only 18 hours.
Yeah. Wow.
Math.
That's a pretty insane flight.
Yeah, yeah,
It's pretty exciting though that they're able to do that though.
yeah.
With
It's crazy how far planes can fly at this point, and for it to make sense economically.
is there any flight from one location to another that would take longer than 19 hours?
What do you mean?
Like, is there any two locations that are farther apart than that?
Oh, that's actually a pretty good question. Like the exact opposite ends
I
of
would
the globe.
wonder. Yeah, to where it
Honestly,
would take the longest time to fly.
I'm sure there are. Um,
What if you flew from the North Pole to the South Pole?
I mean, yeah. Um, um, I know, like, I think that's pretty close to like the exact opposite side of the globe for us in America. Um,
Well, that's pretty cool. Of like, there's technically nowhere you can't go in one plane ride. Then,
yeah, if you have a good enough
I
plane,
mean, of course, a lot of planes will do, layovers, but
right?
like, technically, any from any place to another, we could do one flight.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty crazy. And what's more crazy is like you could probably get to really most most populated areas of the world with two plane rides. Like you can have a layover somewhere. You know what I mean? I mean, there's
Yeah.
thousands of
No,
places you can
yeah.
go from, let's say, Denver, um, with two flights. Because you can have a layover, I mean, in Tokyo or Frankfurt or Munich, London, somewhere like that. And then on top of that, you get another flight. And I mean, that pretty much spans the whole globe all the way around.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fairly impressive. I just don't understand how. I think that the whole airline industry is pretty scummy.
How?
Just
How
like
so?
not like, or just in terms of like ticket prices.
Well, it's
I, I recently found out that uh, the price of tickets will increase the more you visit the page to
yes,
look
that
at
is true.
tickets, unless you get rid of cookies. That's so, I don't know, that it just seems scummy.
Yeah, that is.
But I mean, it is expensive.
I mean, and that's the good thing about websites like Kayak. I know I use Kayak a lot. This episode was sponsored by Kayak.
Oh yeah, we should probably read our sponsors. Here, hold up. Oh, I lost the
Okay.
paper. Okay, never mind. You
Okay,
can just
cool.
keep going.
Um, yeah, you can compare all the prices without having to go to the website and without them like hiking up the prices for you. It is expensive though. That's a great picture.
That's so bad. Oh my god.
It's so ugly.
Customers will begin flying the friendly galaxy in November when United officially unveils all new Star Wars themed paint. Oh my god. That's so sad.
Oh my god.
They're gonna paint these whole
How much
planes for
money does
one movie.
Disney have to throw away on this crap?
I don't know. Anyways, speaking of crap, I guess we can talk about this story.
Yeah.
We have two sources for this story because we're having a hard time finding a fairly non-biased source,
Yeah.
and so we figured we just go to the two extremes. And one is conservative newspaper, the Daily Wire, and one is Forbes, which I wouldn't take as being extremely liberal, but this is surely is.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could start with this one from the Daily Wire, which is a self-proclaimed conservative news source. So you know it's going to have a conservative angle. Yeah, at least you don't have to go in raw. You can kind of predict what you're going to hear.
Do you want to explain what like the base story is?
The base story, as I heard it maybe a week ago. I don't know. We're recording this on a Saturday, October 26th. I don't know.
2019.
Our producer is really bad, so it probably won't be out for like another month.
Bad.
Just kidding. So the way I heard it is that this mother, Anne Georgulas, her name's at the bottom there. The mom was trying to transition the her son, who James Younger is how he was born, as a male, and the mom wants the kid to transition because the way I read it a couple days ago is that because the kid liked one girly thing, quote unquote, years ago when he was like 3 or something.
And the dad obviously is just not having this.
The dad's not having it, and there's a video. The Jeff Younger is the dad, and he posted a video, and a lot of people voiced support for him. Maybe even Ted Cruz. I might have seen the video from him somewhere. Because he's in Texas. They're in Texas.
Oh, yeah.
And the dad was asking the kid, like what is the deal? And the kid's only 7, poor thing. And he's saying like, yeah, like mom is making me do these girly things. You're like, be a girl. So the mom is pushing for the transition.
And one of the recent updates is the court is seemingly ruling towards the side of the mom and letting her transition her son. And yeah.
Yeah, so that was October 22nd, I think yesterday or the day before. So this is all really recent. So and it's not none of it is resolved yet. So it'll be interesting what
I
happens.
think this is the older
Um,
news story, or this is the newer news story. This was the 23rd, the day after. Um, the court is ruling
yeah.
towards that side.
Or if you scroll up and then go to like hover over news. On the bottom right, it says transgender.
Should I click on it?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh
yeah.
It's so yeah. The judge ruled that the dad can have a say in it.
Here, do you want me to just play this video?
Yeah, you should or play the video. Do you see the link to the video on the bottom there?
Yeah.
Play that one. Yeah, just play the video.
You're a boy, right?
No, I'm a girl.
Who told you you were a girl?
Mommy.
When did she tell you you were a girl?
Because I love girls.
Oh, I see. So mommy told you you were a girl?
Uh-huh.
Does mommy do anything else like with a girl with you?
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
Like dresses.
What does she do?
She do put them on me.
She puts dresses on you? Oh, wow. And what else does she do?
She buys my headbands.
Uh-huh.
And she get me hair clips.
Oh, hair clips? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
Some microphones.
What else?
Like a skeleton.
Does she do anything with your fingers?
Yeah.
What?
She paints my nails.
Why does she do that?
Because I love like nail polish.
Oh. So mommy puts you in a dress and puts nail polish on you?
Mm-hmm.
And what does mommy tell you?
She tells me I'm a girl.
Oh, okay. Do you think you're a girl?
Uh-huh.
You do? Is that why you wear this, so that you can have long hair?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
To me, that just seems like a kid that just doesn't understand what's going on.
He's 7 years old. He was born in 2012. I mean, I think, I don't want to, be like, we live in a society, but like, what does this say? Like, this is an acceptable thing now. We're going to let a 7-year-old do like what?
A lot of adults
seriously.
don't even know what they are in terms of
Exactly.
their sexuality. So
people
it's hard
will reach their 20s and 30s and be confused. There's nothing wrong with that, but
like putting kids on hormone blockers.
yes, that is the worst thing. I mean, that seriously screws someone up.
I mean, the thing is whatever our opinion is on it, I think the biggest takeaway for me is just how different these two sources are, because in this one, so there's very specific language, and of course the Daily Wire, like you said, is a blatantly conservative source. They self-titled themselves as conservative, and so you get what you expect.
Yeah.
But
right.
Yesterday, the jury delivered a verdict granting full custody to the mother, apparently agreeing with the ludicrous anti-scientific notion that a biological boy has an invisible girl magically trapped inside his body. I could just hear Ben Shapiro's voice.
Right.
But I think, as anti-transgender as this source is.
I mean, just from the title already, look at it. Texas is afraid of a 7-year-old transgender girl.
Yeah. I mean, I think you pointed out earlier, it's like, what did 7-year-old Luna Younger of Dallas do that has mobilized conservatives and Christians fundamentalists across Texas into action? I mean, they're using the transgender name, which, I mean, I guess is fine, but putting his birth name in quotes and presumed to be male.
I mean, yeah, he was. So it's kind of this rift. You see that, like, a lot of times people will say, people on the left and right will say that, oh, gender is different than sex. Gender is a spectrum, sex is male and female. But here they make a statement that this little child's sex was presumed to be male. Yeah, if we're going on the basis that gender is this social construct and sex is then the biological, thing, then okay, then forget his gender. He can be whatever he wants. But he is not on hormone blockers or anything. That is still a male. That is a male child.
Yeah, and I mean, male and female. I mean, I don't know. Presumed to be male. I don't know. It strikes me the wrong way. It's like biologically yes, until otherwise he is male.
Yeah, but presumed to be male. What they looked at him. They didn't. That is so. That language is just not. That's just not correct.
To me, it's just blatantly vague and blatantly like I don't know.
Right.
It's veiling the, the core argument under all this language.
Yeah. And I mean, you look at the first sentence, that has mobilized Christian fundamentalists. I will bet you a lot of money that a lot of the people that have been quote unquote mobilized are not Christian fundamentalists. They're people that see that a child is an innocent being.
I think it should be. I don't understand how it's an argument to say that children cannot decide what gender they are, especially it says at age 3 that she declared I'm a girl.
Come on,
that's ridiculous. There's. I mean, if you want to be a transgender person at whatever age, as long as you're an adult, I think that's fine. I just don't see
right.
these children.
Seriously, I mean that's.
I mean, wait a few
that
years.
Is so. Yeah, seriously. I mean, how hard it's because they want to get them started early on the hormone blockers and on all that.
Yeah, I guess in their mind it's like, in case they do want to transition later, they should be they should have hormone blockers now. But it's I don't know, it harms the kids' biology.
Exactly. And it said that there's a diagnosis of gender dysphoria. That's a condition, if I'm correct.
Yeah, that is a mental disorder.
Yes, exactly. And this is something I know that Ben Shapiro has said a while ago that has always gotten him into trouble. It's this idea that why, if it's a mental condition, why treat it like it's like why not treat it as such? Why treat it as, oh yes, you are a girl?
Yeah.
Oh yes, you are.
Ben Shapiro's point was like, if a schizophrenic person says they're a toaster, they're not immediately a toaster. It's
exactly.
We don't let them.
And that's funny. I was thinking of toaster. I was thinking of toaster exactly. Why? Okay, that's weird. But
I think it's something like that he said. I think he said he must have said something like that. But I just don't like the way they villainize his dad just because he doesn't think that a child can decide. I mean, I don't know. He wants to.
Yeah.
He doesn't want the hormone blockers and the surgeries to fuck up his kid. I don't know.
Exactly.
I'm sure he's not some sort of transphobic asshole. I bet. I don't know. I don't know who the guy is, but
seriously.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like a lot of everyone's saying, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of truth to the idea that a lot of this country's getting a little more polarized. But one thing that is making it more polarized is everyone saying, oh, you're a transphobic asshole, or you're a commie, that's the stuff that polarizes people.
Yeah, people don't like to be called homophobic and xenophobic and
exactly.
bigoted.
Because that's the thing, a lot of people are not.
Yeah.
It's
the labeling.
Most people are
people.
not. It always is.
And I mean, I think that
And
was a big thing with the 2016 election is Hillary just called all the people on the right deplorables, and that's like, I don't
yeah,
know, that's
it's
not how you do
it's
it.
the left often tries to break stereotypes by creating stereotypes about their opposition to alienate them or
Yeah,
victimize themselves.
yeah. I mean, speaking
And
of
so the
which,
right does the same thing.
here's an
Speaking
interesting
of
story.
this uh, this caught a lot of attention 2 months ago. I found it very, very funny. Yeah, let's just say that much.
Laugh.
Um, so, Monopoly is a board game that you play with your friends and family, and you get really mad at them, and you hate them afterwards, right? That's how it goes. Right?
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
Okay, so the point is to hate each other by the end.
Yeah,
Awesome. No, but it is a game. So this gentleman on Twitter, author of Japan at the Crossroads. He claims that he only tweets extremely interesting things.
wow. What an elitist. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, seriously though, if you want to seem pretentious, then there you go. There's a good way to start off. So this guy buys this game and is expecting. He thinks that he bought Capital by Karl Marx and wants an education on socialism, but instead gets a board game designed for fun and honestly for humor.
Wait,
So
so from the tagline, winning is for capitalists, we can see right away that this game is not going to be friendly to whatever it deems socialism would be. Because we all know that socialists never play sports or participate in any sort of competitive activity like board games.
yeah,
Okay.
that's the funny thing. No one ever, the game. What part of the game says that socialists never play sports or participate in any sort of competitive activity? The game, doesn't imply anything like that. He makes that implication.
Interestingly, the design of the game features the red socialist rose. I don't know. I don't think that he's taking this how it's supposed to be taken. I mean, Monopoly
Oh,
is
God.
annoying and it's trying to be woke recently, but it's not an attack. Like here, Monopoly for millennials. I just despise this. It's just this like
It's kind of this boomer. It is
forget
big
real
dick
estate.
boomer
You can't
energy.
afford it anyway. It's literally just Monopoly being woke and funny, and it's just like
It's kind of the humor that you see among people who are in their 30s on Facebook.
yeah. It's just big boomer
Which-
energy.
Yeah. So he goes and picks apart every little thing. I mean,
My God, who has the time to critique this board game?
Seriously. Yeah.
I guess maybe in the golden age of Euro-style board games like Catan, nobody under 60 plays Monopoly anymore. Fuck off. I hate this guy. Oh, he actually covers the Monopoly for millennials. Judging by other Hasbro Monopoly game called Monopoly for Millennials, the answers to these questions are yes and yes. What question?
What
Oh,
are
no,
the
no.
questions?
Maybe Hasbro actually knows its audience, and the audience is just hate-filled boomers raised during the Cold War and triggered by whatever people under 40 do. I mean, I guess that would make sense. If they're just trying to target boomers, the best things to target are commies and millennials.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know.
I
This
mean,
just seems like
I don't. Yeah,
reading
no.
too much into it.
I am a little confused, on like what Monopoly is who they're trying to target. I think, and I'm not, it doesn't mean like, oh, they shouldn't make it. It's just you don't see that from a lot of companies, I don't know. I say hats off to Hasbro.
I don't know. I think it's funny. It's just kind of.
It is funny. It's probably meant as a joke. They probably don't make more than a couple thousand. I have never. I mean, I have a couple other versions of Monopoly, but they're versions that are similar to the original game.
Yeah, I think
And
a lot of the monopolies I've seen are just like, video game or this TV
yeah,
show
exactly.
or whatever.
Yeah, I have a Game of Thrones monopoly.
Yeah.
Because my whole family likes Game of Thrones. So, that makes sense. And the game is the same. It's just different names. So I feel like with a game like this, I feel like it is a political statement and a joke.
I don't know. I think it's relatively harmless. This is just some guy that's finna woke trying to, bash some
Yeah,
board game
seriously. I
company
mean,
for not agreeing with his socialistic standards.
this idea of democratic socialists.
Yeah,
I mean,
which is just socialism.
if there is a term that has any less meaning, please find it for me.
Here,
I mean,
question of
come
the
on.
week. Leave in the comments a word that has any less meaning than democratic socialism.
Seriously, I mean,
and I don't mind Bernie Sanders. I mean, I gotta rep my Jew class, but I don't know. I think this idea that we should start moving towards a socialistic society. I don't know.
it's kind of ignorant of history.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. People aren't looking at the facts. They spit straight
Yeah,
facts.
seriously. Yeah.
I feel like the majority
I mean-
of people in today's political atmosphere are people that are similar to us, that just think all this stuff is stupid. Thing is none of us are vocal. It's just people that are
Well-
either extreme on one side or the other that are just posting bullshit like this or talking about I don't know. This isn't too terrible, but calling transgenderism a complete sham, and I don't know. It's
Right,
one or the
right.
other. There's no realization that people are just being retarded.
Yeah, and most people are in between.
Yeah.
And most people are, quote unquote moderate, or even if not moderate, they're more moderate than what is being really publicized and vocal, because a lot of the people that are on the edges of the spectrum are very vocal.
Yeah.
So it's kind of off-putting. So you get there's this sense that if you are vocal, then you are that automatically implies in really today's society that you are kind of farther in whatever direction that you really are. It's hard for a moderate to speak out and not be branded as oh, you're just a centrist, or
What I notice is all the moderates that will comment on wacky shit will just be labeled as the opposition. If a moderate comments against a libtard that's ranting about some shit that makes no sense, they're just gonna be labeled as a hick and a conservative. But
exactly,
vice versa. So there's no real way to state your to be moderate anymore without just being labeled as either a centrist or just the opposition.
Yeah.
This shit just makes me mad. I don't know. I don't know why you would spend so much time
It's
on this shit.
I mean, seriously, you know what? Hey, let's dive into this episode of Sesame Street and talk about why, sharing is not caring. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why this gets so much context and shit that where we label someone as a a neo-Nazi gets no context. Like the whole PewDiePie thing.
Yeah,
a couple years
exactly.
ago. It's I don't know. This is all ass backwards.
Yeah, it's all hypocritical. If you actually think about a lot of it, it all kind of caves in on itself. There's no actual standard being set. It's just, okay, here's what I agree. It's convenient for my narrative at this time and point for X and Y reasons. So it's okay. Oh, this is not convenient for my narrative. Okay, well then.
That's shown in all the news sources. The fact that we're able to find two extremely biased sources on the same topic,
right away. I mean, seriously. I mean, they were right away. It was just the first pages when I was looking. Daily Wire, not, but there were other conservative sources on there.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, I think with this issue, with a transgender kid, that's going to be picked up more by the conservatives because it's just kind of wacky, and I think most people would agree that we shouldn't be hormone blocking kids. But there is going to be someone defending it, and like, I don't know. Anyone can write an
That's the
article
thing.
nowadays. It doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah.
So everyone has this fake claim to fame or claim to credibility that they don't
Yeah, for
deserve
sure.
at all.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, journalists are meant to, report.
Yeah, they're
And-
supposed to be non-biased. Now everything is meant to be catered to a viewpoint because that's what gets the most clicks.
Yeah, everything has to be unique,
Yeah.
It's just there's so much out there. It's hard to get those clicks if you don't put your own little spin on it or whatever.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the thing that people have to do nowadays is exactly what we did, where you look at both sides of the story and see what. All right, that's not the right one. Look at both sides of the story and see what what you personally think about it. You can't just look at one article and listen to the bias of one journalist and assume they're right.
Yeah, for sure. And and then you look at the two ends of that, the two different examples, and you kind of think, okay, so then like, what the hell is true?
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard.
And I think with this specific case, this idea that a 7-year-old child should not be transitioning after he said he wanted to be a girl when he was 3. I think defending that claim that that's not okay is a pretty easy one to do, and one that I'm sure a lot of people on the left would agree with, not just the right. So then the right, a lot of the conservative people want to jump behind it because there's not that much risk involved with saying that.
Yeah.
So they do that, and then the left, the media on the left will see, oh, look at all these people just like attacking, look at these mobs mobilizing.
Yeah, I mean, you can even look at like the description of this person. A report on the fight for transgender equality and other LGBTQ issues, diversity and inclusion. Like, I don't know. I don't know why like Forbes would be talking about this.
I mean, look at their topics. Scroll back up. Billionaires, innovation, leadership. This is money, business, small business. There we go. Lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't see gossip on there, so I don't know why this shit's here. But
Yeah.
I don't think everything should be.
The title of.
Go
Go ahead. The title of the article. I mean, Texas is afraid of a 7-year-old. Texas, what the
state?
the landmass? That's what, like, serious? Come on! I mean, go to Austin. That's a very liberal place.
Yeah.
I just think it is clickbaity,
Oh yeah, and that's all people need to see is just the headline and maybe read a few sentences of the article. But
Yeah. A lot of people just read headlines. Texas is afraid. No one's afraid of the child. It's a child. That's the point. So stop elevating a 7-year-old's status in society. They're afraid of the precedent it sets.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
everyone
in the end,
should.
I don't give a shit if this kid turns out to be a girl. Honestly, I could give a shit. I could care less. But
Same.
it's just like, I don't know. It's the way it's happening and the rhetoric being used and, like you said, the precedent being set, that it's just like, I don't know. It gives a lot. It opens a lot to debate, and that's the thing is that any parent can make their kid start thinking that they want to be a girl, and then can make their kid famous off this bullshit. So I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I mean, just look at the amount of articles about this kid. Like, I don't know. Like I said, it's
Seriously,
just a false claim to fame.
Especially at that age, kids are so impressionable.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if the mom was pushing for the kid to want to be a I don't know, a millionaire or a soldier or something, then the kid would, have that idea, and it said it's 7 years old, or not it, but he. Come on. I mean,
No, yeah.
the child is
They're
7 years
very easy to influence. All right. Well, thank you to our sponsors, Squarespace, MeUndies, and Blue Apron for sponsoring this video. I'll just edit in the ad read.
old. Okay, yeah, that's cool, bro.
Okay. Like, comment,
And
subscribe.
Grubhub.
Sponsored by McDonald's fast food restaurant.
Sponsored by Forbes.
No.
High quality news
All right.
on money.
Well, if you enjoyed this podcast, go ahead and hit the like button. It helps us a great deal and lets us know that you like the content. Consider hitting subscribe if you want to see future content, including possibly Map Crunch, Minecraft, and or not Map Crunch, GeoGuessr, Minecraft, and future podcasts. And comment down below the question of the day, which is, can you find a word with less meaning than democratic socialism?
Thank you for watching and listening. We will catch you on the flippity flip.